The program is designed to help families of extremely low and very low income with their housing assistance. Families applying for the program need to be either extremely low, which is 30% of the area median income, or 50% of the area median income. We cannot go up to 80% like the public housing program can. They also need to be a citizen of the United States or a legal non-citizen of the United States. A person or family may apply for the Housing Choice Voucher Program when a waiting list is opened. The Pawtucket Housing Authority has not opened their waiting list since 2008. In 2008, we received 6,000 applications. And as the years have gone on, we purged the waiting list, and at this point in time, in 2014, we have approximately 1,900 applicants on the waiting list. We sort the waiting list by the date and time stamp we received the application, and then we also sort pertaining to preferences. If a family resides in the city of Pawtucket, if they work, if they're an elderly family, disabled family, or a veteran, we give preferences to those families. We have the applicants in to determine final eligibility. We verify everything that they've given us as far as their income, citizenship. We do a criminal background check on them. We do send out to their current landlord to determine what they're paying for rent at this time. The tenant was given, a packet, and this is the packet at their briefing, which there's a lot of good information in the packet that they receive, and there's a request for tenancy approval in the packet, and the landlord and the tenant will fill out the form, and basically on that form it asks for what the rent is, when they want to lease up for, the address of the unit, of course, what who's paying for what utility, if the utilities are included or not, what type of heating is it? Is it gas or is it oil? What type of cooking? Is it gas or is it oil? It's important for the tenant to know that if the utilities are not included, that the tenant is going to have to put the utilities in their name or someone in the household's name. They cannot put it in anyone else's name. So that's very important, At that point, they both sign the form. The tenant will bring the form to us. We will look it over. If we feel the rent is reasonable, and then at that point we would contact the owner to schedule an inspection. We do require that the owner have a lead inspection done on the unit if the owner does not reside in the building. Once an applicant finds an apartment, and depending on what the rent is, a family will pay 30% of their income. So there's a calculation that's used that's governed by the federal regulations, and we calculate it out, and they pay 30%, and then the housing authority would pick up the difference. Households are given deductions. If they're an elderly family, we give medical deductions, or a disabled family, we give medical deductions. They also receive a $400 deduction for both elderly and disabled. Families receive a deduction for each child that they have under the age of 18. If they have a child who is 18 or older, they will get a deduction of $480 if the child is a full-time student in college. We also give deductions for daycare. So if a mother or a father is working and their children are in daycare, we give a daycare deduction. Very important that once a tenant leases up in an apartment, that they keep us informed of any additions to their household. If they want to add someone to their household, they need to report it to us, and we need to do a background check, and we need to verify income of the person moving in. If they have a new baby, they need to report that to us. If someone is moving out of the apartment, they need to provide the housing authority with information on where that person would be moving to. okay? If they fail to report income or in addition to the household, they are in jeopardy of losing their housing assistance. Okay, if the tenant is not paying their rent and we get a letter from the owner that they're behind on their rent, they're also in jeopardy of losing their housing assistance. It's important for them to keep in compliance with the lease agreement. We work with the landlord on that too. You know, the tenant does not want to lose their housing assistance, so we work with the tenant, the landlord and the tenant, so that, you know, that doesn't happen.